Hey everybody, today I wanted to talk about the 30-day challenge that I did a couple of months ago, and I wanted to sort of share with people how I felt about doing that particular challenge, just to give people a bit of an insight on how I coped with it and pretty much share the emotions that I went through with doing a 30-day challenge, art challenge. The particular one that I did was a 30-day sketchbook challenge, which I actually created myself. So yeah, I created it myself and did my own prompts, which was good because I was able to customize it and do things that I wouldn't normally do, so it sort of threw me out of my comfort zone, which was good. But today I'm going to talk about 5 reasons why I will never do another sketchbook challenge again. And reason number 1 is it causes a lot of anxiety and pressure, because you are worried about, this is before you start, I was worried that I was not going to fulfill my dream to do the sketchbook challenge. And I had doubts in myself whether or not I was going to go the distance. So I sort of started to backpedal, and yeah, I felt like I could not do it. So I was really worried that there was going to be circumstances like I was going to get sick, or there's going to be events that happened that I wasn't going to be able to, get to do the challenge, or was going to interfere with the challenge. And yeah, it really sort of started to stress me out. And I look back on it now and I think, why? Why do we let these things stress us out so bad? They're not going to do anything. It's not going to bring harm to us if we don't succeed in the challenge. So it's just crazy. Now, number 2, the quality of your work starts to pretty much slip more than usual. So, I started to feel rushed. I wanted it over and done with. I got to a point where I felt like I didn't have the time to sit down and do this. And I still work a full-time job, so I would come home, I would have to do all my daily chores, and then I'd have to go and find time, and it was usually late at night to sit down and record for that day's challenge. And yeah, your quality of your pictures really starts to slip, because you get to a point where you just don't care anymore and you just want it over and done with, and you just rush it. And that's another reason. Reason number 3, it really highlights your bad days. If when you're doing a 30-day challenge and you're drawing continuously, you're gonna have not 1, not 2, not even 3 bad days. You are pretty much going to have half of that time is gonna be bad, and that is just the way it is. And then it puts you into this feeling of, you start to feel bad about your artwork. It becomes a nightmare. You start judging yourself. Am I good enough? Is people going to post hateful comments if I put this up on social media? It just, once again, it comes back to stress. Okay, number 4, it can get expensive. People can go out and spend hundreds of dollars worth on inks and ink sets. I'm using Inktober as an example. I know quite a few people that went out and spent hundreds of dollars on books and ink sets and all sorts, just to make sure you've got the equipment to do the 30-day challenge. And that in itself can put, a strain on your budget, especially if you've got a budget to work with. So yeah, that was one of the reasons why I didn't participate in Inktober this year, because not only did I was I was, bearing battle scars from my last 30-day challenge, and the expense that I didn't want to fork out for it as well. It was just, too soon. And number 5. After the first week, or even the first few weeks, I found that it started to become a chore to do the drawings every day. You sort of, the first week, you learn your routine. It's a bit hard, and you're sort of learning, what to do, and get into a little bit of a routine. And the second week, you're still learning and you're improving. And I find it, the second week's kind of like a honeymoon period, because you sort of have this a little bit, it's exciting. It's still exciting, and but I found that I was starting to really slip. I was really starting to make some bad drawings in the second week. And then the third week rolled around, and it was just a complete disaster. I couldn't seem to sort of find my feet then, and it sort of, I really started to just slip back with the quality of my drawings. And then the final week, the fourth week, it was just a complete effort. I was tired, I was bored, I was rushing everything, and I wanted everything over and done with. And then I was starting to come up with more ideas, like other ideas that I wanted to work on. And I didn't want to do the challenge anymore, but I did stick it out. Besides that, there are some good points though, like I'll quickly name a few. Like, to do the challenge, it definitely does improve your art. That's one, positive about it. Second positive thing is it gets you drawing every day. And as human beings, we are funny creatures, and it takes us about 21 days to make something a habit. So, when you keep up doing stuff like this, like doing a challenge like that, you come out of it, doing that, and you sort of do continue to do that. Lastly, you realize your strengths and weaknesses, and you realize what you've got to work on. And I found out with my challenges, I really need to work on landscapes. I am not a landscape drawer at all. I hate them, and I'm not good at them at all. So these were just what I went through. Not everyone's gonna go through what I went through. They're gonna be slightly different variations. I highly recommend that, for all you artists out there, I highly recommend doing a 30-day challenge, just so you know what it's like. And most people don't ever do another one again like me. Some people just leave it and they don't do one for quite a few years, because it is extremely taxing mentally and physically. Now, quickly to the picture that I've drawn. This is a drawing called Headless Woman. It's about a woman who likes to decapitate other women and take their heads and put them on herself. Yes, gory and horrifying, I know, and I love it. But I decided to just do it all in colouring pencils. Again, this was another drawing I did, and I've really come to the realisation that I really don't like working in colouring pencils. It's not my favourite media. I really just don't like it. I like to use colouring in pencils for shading, and just adding a few things here and there on other media, but just to purely use them as the sole media for a picture, no. I just don't like it. And I really sort of, there's a lot of things about this picture I wish I would have done differently, and I do believe it's due to my lack of knowledge with how to use colouring in pencils, believe it or not. But it's just not something that I really want to get into. A lot of is doing a picture just purely with colouring in pencils. Well, that's it from me. Hope you enjoyed this video, and happy drawing things. See you next time. Bye.